there, Bulldog Country. This week we are talking with UMD senior Chanel Miller on the women's track and field team about her success this season with the team.
My name is Chanel Miller. I'm an Apple Valley graduate, and I'm now a senior on the women's track and field team. And I came to school here for integrated elementary and special education.
Over the years, what are all the events you've participated in?
Well, I do the heptathlon now, and so I do the 100 hurdles, high jump, shot put, 200, long jump, javelin, 800. And in high school and now in our individual meets, I'll participate in the 4x1 and 4x4 relays with the team.
Do you have a favorite out of those events that you?
I really enjoy hurdles and javelin. I like long jump as well. I think those are just kind of the three. I guess I like high jump as well. High jump's good. High jump's good on the days when you do well. It's kind of one of those events.
Tell us a little bit about coming back from your season-ending injury.
Yeah, it was actually my second knee surgery in 2 years, and it's tough, especially taking a year off. And now that I'm a fifth year, that beginning of the year, it was a struggle coming back and really trying to stay motivated as a captain, as a teammate, and then individually to pursue this when you've had a year off. The injury in itself, I feel like athletes deal with a lot, and that's coming back, or that's easier to come back from. But yeah, coming back into it as a fifth year, that was tough. That was tough. But it's all good now. It's all good now, and the team is succeeding, and so it's fun. I'm really glad that I chose to come back.
How would you compare yourself as an athlete now compared to when you first started at UMD?
Oh gosh. When I first started, I feel like you come into college and, oh, it's going to be a piece of cake just like high school, and but then you're also nervous because you have like the seniors and the juniors and the upperclassmen keeping an eye on you. But we started lifting and training a lot harder. In high school, you do not train the way you do in college, and it takes a couple years to get in the swing of things, but you kind of finally do. And then you look back and you were like, I was so naive. I was young, and I hope that the girls that are on the team now or freshmen that are in any sport do not take advantage of those opportunities and push stuff off, because I'm a fifth year now and there's a lot of goals I didn't complete by putting stuff off and waiting till I was a senior, and then all of a sudden it's too late.
How do you prepare in the off season, and what is your training like during the season?
In the off season, it's a lot of hard lifting and the endurance. So even though you're a sprinter, a hurdler, jumper, thrower, you want to run, you want to build that endurance so that when the season comes and you start training with shorter and quicker things, you have that power, you have that built endurance. Then you get into the season and you still continue the lifting, but you train harder, you train faster, you train on an indoor track, which can be tough sometimes, tight curves. But no, they're not that different, but it definitely goes from endurance to the power.
As you approach graduation in the next week, what are your post-UMD plans?
Well, for the first time in my life, I don't have a plan, and I'm completely happy with that. A lot of people know that. They might laugh at me, but I'll get my license in education, which is what I came to school for. I'll probably substitute, and then I'm really trying to get this internship with actually the Northern Sun Intercollegiate Conference, which is the conference that we compete for at UMD, as a part-time job. Then I would like to open my own business, ultimately, and so I kind of want to prepare for that.
And what made you decide to get into that?
Into the new business?
Yes.
I guess, in Duluth there's so many different shake shops, the Herbalife ones, and I down in the cities there's not. And so being from the Twin Cities, I had seen that, and I'm like, this would be a great career to get into. I've had the background in health and nutrition, and then I would also like, as a part of my shake shop or nutrition shop, to have the yoga, the Pilates, the personal training, which is something that I live every day.
Being an Apple Valley grad. What made you decide to choose UMD?
Well, my high school coaches at Apple Valley were really strong into me staying with track. And I had toured some bigger universities, some different D1 athletics, and this was the first D2 one I had seen. And you know, something just clicked. I don't know if it was the perfect size campus. My coach was amazing. She wanted to be my mom away from home. It wasn't a business up here. At least it didn't seem that way. It was a welcoming environment. I had met some professors, and my dad and I were driving away after the visit we had with the coach, and I kind of just nodded and was like, yep, I'm gonna call her right now. Let's do it, let's commit.
Being a student athlete, what would you say is the hardest part about trying to find a balance between school and athletics?
Well, that's tricky. I'm sure it is for everyone. My major was pretty tough with the student teaching end of things. I know all different majors are tough, but the student teaching required so much time, 8-9 hours a day of your time, and to somehow get to practice and be a captain. This past year it was really tough, but I guess you kind of just strive through it. And honestly, I found that during the hardest part of my season, I was my most organized and doing my best in school. In the fall, I feel like when you have a little more time on your hands, you tend to maybe slack off a little, but when it's, you know, cutthroat, you get stuff done. And so I actually found that being an athlete helped me get through school.